Hey everyone, it's Christine with Indigo Wings. I know I've been a little MIA for the last week or so. I went on a trip and I needed to give myself a little more recovery time than I thought I was going to. So sorry for missing the last week for the weekly video. I'm back now. This week is going to cover November 20th through the 27th. I don't know about you guys. I've been hearing from a lot of people, and I know I personally have been feeling it. And I think it's been amplified by how tired I was from my trip. I went to New York City with some friends, and I'm not sure we could have packed a single thing into our time there. We did so much. And, the energy has been, a little funky and a little intense. Things going on with Mars and Pluto, some squares between those two aspects, and some other things happening. Again, as I always say, I'm not an astrologer. I wish I was, so I could speak to these things a little bit more intelligently for you. For me, what I can say is that the energy has just tired me out, knocked me out. I'm tired. I'm hearing that from a lot of other people. For other people, they're getting the complete opposite. They're feeling very energized. And what I'm also hearing from people who are astrologers is that this new moon is bringing in some really powerful stuff for us, where this is going to be, like a purification period where we're going to start seeing some more truths come to light. And I don't know what it's going to mean for people on a bigger level, but what I do know is that I do think that this the new moon in Scorpio definitely is shaking things up a little bit with the energy that it brought in. So I'm gonna start in the reading, but before I start that, I do want to let you know, for Black Friday, I'm starting the special a little early. I have a new reading that I'm going to be offering only for a few weeks in December. It's a 6-month ahead romance soul-to-soul connection reading. And I'm saying soul-to-soul connection because some people may not want this reading with their twin flame. They may have another connection that they are interested in having this reading with. So it's open to whoever you are interested in having this reading with. That's up to you. It can be with your twin flame. It can be with another connection, whatever you want. It's 6-month ahead reading. I go with 6-month ahead because I think that, so much can change based on the decisions that we make. I don't like to go the whole year. So I think 6 months is a really good amount of time. So it's for January through May 2018. And what I'll be doing is drawing 4 cards for each month. There will be a card from the Doreen Virtue Romance Angels deck, and then 2 tarot cards, and then I have a new deck coming in that I'm super excited about, that I think is going to be really helpful for this reading and just helpful in general for future readings. And it's called The Power of Surrender. And so one of those cards will be pulled as well. So the special that I'm offering for Black Friday is I'm taking pre-orders for this 6-month ahead reading. The pre-order special is $77. So you can order that now through November 30th for $77. I will not be working on these readings until December 1st or later, and I'll be taking them first come, first serve. So the place that you are in the list, when you place your order is where you'll be on the list. And after from December 1st on, they'll be $88 because I think these are going to be a lot of work, but I'm okay with it. This is what Spirit was really guiding me, that people are looking to know what's coming up for them in the next year. So I thought that this would be a nice offering for people who we're looking to have something like this. I'm going to put the order information down below in the description. So if you're interested in that, check that out. And again, as always, if you have any questions, shoot me an email. I would be happy to answer them for you. So this week I am doing the mini twin flame reading for the reading. Again, this reading is for the week of the 20th through the 27th, but as I was pulling these cards, I was feeling like there are some people who may have been going through this within the last week or so. Some this might be coming up for you, some you may have just gone through this or are going through this right now. The card that comes up for the Divine Feminine's energy is Share the Love. But the clarifying card that I pulled is the Two of Air. Now, so Divine Feminine. You want to share your love. And, of course, many of you are wanting to share your love with your divine connection. But many of you are you're feeling brokenhearted over this connection. And so in some ways, you're wanting to share the love elsewhere, or you're feeling like you need to share the love elsewhere because this hand is facing in the opposite direction of the Divine Masculine's card. And it's not that it's not that you don't want to. It's almost like it's like, I don't want to say resentment, but it's like you feel rebuffed. You feel rejected. Like, fine, you don't want my love, I don't want to give it to you either. Like, fine, I'll give it to somebody else. And you don't have to be that way. You can have the love that you have for this person, and if you are not in a place where you can give it to them, like give it to other people. Share it with the other people in your life that are worthy of getting your love. Surely there are people in your life that deserve what you have to offer. There are lots of people in this world that offer, or lots of people in this world that deserve what you have to offer. And there are so many ways that you can share the love with other people. When I was in New York, eating at these restaurants, and you get all this food, and there's no way you can eat it all. And my one friend, she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna bring it home for my husband." And we're walking, and I was mad at myself. I declined to take it to go bag the first time because I'm like, we're taking this back to the hotel and we have 5 million reservations. I'm never going to eat this food. I'm not going to take it on the airplane when I go home. But then after that, I didn't do that again, because as we were walking around all over the place in Manhattan, there's homeless people everywhere. And I was like, oh my God, I could have given this man my sandwich. And so I said to my friend, I said, you know, your husband doesn't need that food. And by the time you see him, it's going to be 2 or 3 days old. Like, really? You're going to bring him your 3-day-old leftovers? Like, why don't you give it to one of these homeless people? Like, they could use your food. And she's like, oh my God, that's the best idea. And so that's what we did for the rest of our trip. Every time we had leftover food, we had it packed up, and we made sure that they put utensils and everything that would be needed so someone could easily eat it. And we gave it to people who were homeless on the streets. And like that's the kind of stuff, like, you can feel like you have all this love in your heart for somebody, and you can like feel like, oh, I have all this love and I can't share it with them. Well, don't look at it like that. Like, this is teaching you to share it with other people. Like, this is teaching you how to be a loving person in general and how to share your love with the world. And that was just one example of how you can spread love to other people. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to, just because you love a person or have love for a person and you cannot physically express or show that love, or verbally express, spiritually express, whatever it is, you have other people, and you can still be that example of love and kindness. Like, you can still be that. Do you know what I mean? So then the clarifying card. So the clarifying card, how many of you, feminine, are unable, you have a decision. There's a decision. You're either unwilling to make the decision or you're unable to make the decision, which, I mean, basically the same thing. And so what's your decision? What's the decision? You know, you're at like a crossroads, you're stuck. I don't necessarily feel like for everybody this has to do with your twin situation. Some of you, yeah, I do. Some of you, I definitely feel like you are stuck at that decision of needing to move forward. You're still stuck there. You're still holding on, feeling like if you don't, you're scared of letting go. You feel like if you let go, it's done. You know, the Two of Air is kind of like pretending there's no problem. Are you doing that? Are you ignoring what's going on? Like, what are you not seeing? And it's not even just what are you not seeing? What are you purposely putting the blinders on about? That's what that Two of Air is about. So for the masculine, the card that comes up here for his energy is the third eye chakra. And immediately what I got is that the masculine is starting to see things for what they are. They're starting to see the truth. And that is very much the energy of what this new moon was about. You know, that was a piece of it. You know, and I feel like, you know, they're going to still be kind of going through this, you know, just they're going back and forth with this seeing the truth of things. But their eyes are opening. Their intuition is opening up. They're seeing that things are, that there's more going on than what they can see with their physical eyes. The clarifying card, 2 came out. We have the 8 of Water, and we have the Six of Fire. And the Eight of Water is about, wanting to move on and wanting to, do something more meaningful, wanting their life to be like, wanting to do more with their life. And the Six of Fire is all about, good things happening for them, recognition, awards, like very positive card. And, what I get from this is that they're seeing that there are changes that they have to make in their life. There are things that they need to move away from to get to the Six of Fire, to get to the good things that they want, to get to the victory that they are desiring. The energy that you are both, the combined energy you both have, divine feminine and divine masculine, is open up. And, I feel like there's definitely this very strong desire to open up and be authentic and truly be who you are and desire to be with each other. It's like I think that you both know deep down that you're holding back, and there's this desire to open up and create some more of like a stable foundation for the both of you. The clarifying card here is the Nine of Water, which is, a card of concerns fading away and things working out, and things just being really good and a love of life. And I feel like there's this underlying feeling that if we were both really authentic and honest with each other, and we really understood each other, and we were on the same page, we wouldn't be so worried about everything. Like, things would go a lot more smoothly. Which, duh. I mean, ain't that the truth? But it's like, you gotta actually do it. I mean, just because that's the energy, like, that's where you both are embodying those feelings, doesn't mean anybody's actually doing it. You need to do it. You need to act on that. And so the near future, we get listen, and we get the heart chakra. And what I'm getting here is that you both are going to be, following your heart and your intuition and moving forward, listening more to that, less to your head, more to your heart. And the clarifying card that goes along with this, which I thought was really cool, is the Page of Water. And the Page of Water is all about heightened intuition. It's about relationships moving to a new phase. And I do feel like if that could potentially be happening for some of you, if you are moving into this, place of being more authentic with each other and living from your heart and following your intuition, following your heart. That I definitely see that coming for some of you. But here's the caveat. So the clarifying, or not the clarifying card, but I pulled an oracle card for to just kind of pull everything together. And the card that I pulled is mending. So it's a 52, so it's a 7, which means, you're on the right path, and you might not feel like you are right now. And I'm getting that from a lot of people. A lot of people feel like everything's just kind of like all over the place right now. And so you're not alone if that's how you're feeling. I'm definitely after the 11/11 gateway, this new moon, I'm feeling like there's more rockiness taking place and things shifting than things smoothing out, and everything's happening the way it's supposed to, but it just feels rocky for people at the moment. So the Oracle card message of mending is, you've come to a place where forgiveness is necessary if you're to move forward. Separate or together, you and the other person are still experiencing the effects of a hurt that is impacting everything you do, even if you're not aware of it. The energy needs to clear. What must you do to bridge this gap? Closing your heart is not the answer. You have the power to heal this wound. Ask yourself, what would love do? Only good will come of forgiveness and an honest redress. And, Divine Feminine, I'm really feeling like this Oracle card is really speaking to you. It potentially for the Divine Masculine with this Eight of Water energy, but definitely for you, Divine Feminine, with, that for those of you who have maybe felt rejected or felt kind of rebuffed or anything like that, this is a period of needing to I'm obviously struggling with my words here. If you want a certain outcome, you will need to be able to offer forgiveness. It's not to say that you shouldn't have certain standards for yourself and make sure that those things are known, but you can also be forgiving and kind as well. So that's all I've got for you guys this week. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe so you can be notified when I upload my latest videos. If you are interested in taking advantage of the pre-sale pricing for the 6 month ahead romance reading, make sure you check out the information on how to order below in the description of the video. If you have any questions or anything, my email is indigowingshealing@gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/indigowingshealing. I also have a Facebook group, which is Indigo Wings Soul Connections, and my website is indigowingshealing.com. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. For those of you who are in the United States, have a fantastic Thanksgiving. I hope you have a wonderful time with those that you are celebrating with. Stay safe, enjoy, and I will see you guys next week. Take care.